So this is a question I get asked all the time. What do you do for a living? Although I have over 150,000 followers on Instagram, I do not live off influencing. That is not my full-time income. Here and there, I will have something with a brand or an opportunity, but that is not how I pay my bills. I have a full-time job. Long story short, when I lost my arm, I worked for a pharmaceutical company. And in this company, they had the clean rooms where they manufacture the pharmaceutical products. And to go into those areas, you have to put on the white suits and do all the aseptic techniques that I felt like I could no longer do after I lost my arm. So I reached out to the people that I worked with and I asked them, what are some opportunities that you think would be better for me and wouldn't be so physically demanding that I could do? And they suggested the training department. So I applied and I started basically without any skills or knowledge or anything, but I was very fortunate to have people that knew me and gave me that opportunity. I worked as a training business partner, and what that means is you work with an area of the company, either a manufacturing area or one of the departments and stuff. So I had a few departments that I worked with. And basically, I would try to identify if some of the issues they had could be fixed with training. And if so, I was the one in charge to create the training or learning opportunity. So that is what I did. I participated in meetings and I learned so much, and I'm extremely grateful. I was there for 3 years. And in the end, that is when my Instagram blew up, and I was creating a lot of different content, a lot of personal development content, and I really enjoyed it. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna sell my condo and that will give me some money to try it out and see what happens. And that's what I did. So I didn't have a full-time job, and literally I was trying to get as much money as being an influencer could allow me. And I love it. I love being a creator. That is why I create videos. I love this stuff. But being a full-time influencer, there's so much more that you have to know and comprehend. And I think I really didn't take my time to actually learn the ins and outs. So I ended up opening a side business, which was a fitness clothing brand in Brazil, because they didn't have a lot of the type of fitness brands that you see in the US. We didn't have the same kind of materials in Brazil. So I decided, you know, I'm gonna do this thing. It's gonna be innovative. It's gonna be awesome. So I opened that business. But while I was doing that, I also got a contract to do some instructional design on the side. So that was a 30 hours a week job. And that literally gave me the money to build my brand. And I did both kind of simultaneously. I loved creating as an instructional designer. And basically what an instructional designer does is you create training for companies, for people, etc. So I was able to just work on projects that were already created, but they wanted to convert them into an e-learning or something virtual. So that's what I did for that company, and it was amazing. And I was like, wow, okay, I could do that on the side, and I could also do all the influencing and all of this stuff. Great. So that's what I ended up doing for about a year, and then my contract ended. And then I was at this moment where I had to decide, do I keep going with this brand, or do I focus on my career in learning and development? Because that is something I'm truly passionate about. In a way, my content as an influencer has always been, to some extent, inspirational, mindset related, development related, building resilience and things like that. So for me, it was an interesting moment because I had to really decide, do I keep trying this thing, which does not make me a full-time livable income, or do I focus on my career and then let that bleed into my content? I ended up going to see a therapist because I could not make this decision on my own, and it was the first time I had seen a therapist. So I did see one right when I lost my arm because I was feeling really, really sad. I looked in the mirror and I did not recognize myself. And I couldn't keep going. I went to one session and I cried the entire time because I was just dealing with so much and everything was very emotional at the time. But I never went back. And then last year, not last year 2024, but 2023, in the end of the year, I did. And it was great. I had it wasn't long, it was a few sessions. And I explained to her, I was like, listen, I don't know what I want and I need help figuring it out. And she guided me through it and it was amazing. And I decided to close down my business in Brazil. I sat down with my boyfriend and I said, listen, this is what I want and this is the direction that I'm going in. What do you want to do? Are you with me? Are we gonna just call it a day and go our separate ways? What are we gonna do? And he was like, you know what? I love you. I want to be with you. Let's do it. What are we gonna do? Let's go for it. So I moved out of the place where I was living, and then I actually lived with him for about a month before I came back to America. We decided to do the fiance visa because that was the fastest and easiest way to get him to America. And then our paperwork was basically started already, so he could just change his status to get a work permit and stuff to stay in the US. So that's what we did. And I got a job mid 2024. Well, actually September 2024. That's when I moved from Florida to North Carolina, and then I started my new job as an instructional designer. So now I work for a company. It's a very big US based company, and I am loving it. I cannot express how much joy I get from this work because it's one thing that I am really good at because I'm very creative, and then it just meets like everything that I like doing. And I would highly recommend that you check out what is instructional design to learn a little bit more. There are some great people if this is something that's interesting to you. It is something that you need to love people development. You need to love teaching and helping people to learn in the best way possible. But it is very gratifying when you finish a course, or you are the instructor, or you are just working on a project and you come to that conclusion moment and people love what you did. To me, it's an amazing moment. So I'm really happy. I'm really fortunate for this job, for where I am. And I wanted to share this with you because, like I said, a lot of people think that I make money being an influencer, and I do not. I get a lot of free stuff. I will say that. I get a lot of free, awesome brand stuff, and I am truly incredibly grateful for those brands. now I am working towards establishing myself as a learning professional, and who knows, maybe a development I forget the word, consultant. That's what, maybe I will grow into a development consultant. That is kind of my goal and hope, and we'll see where life goes. But I really wanted to share this a little bit more and about what I do, but also say that you might see some of these changes in my content. I want to talk more about this. I made another video talking about, should you disclose your disability in a job interview? And I was so grateful for the replies and the people that reached out saying how great that video was. It gave them some insight that they never knew about. So I want to help you more on that side, because I know there's a lot of content, how to do things with one hand, how to, overcome the difficult moments, but there aren't a lot of videos, and there isn't a lot of content around people with disabilities in the workplace and our rights and all of the things that we can do. And I hope to encourage you to take that lead on your professional life and achieve your dreams despite having a disability or something that you feel insecure about. So that is kind of where we're going in 2025, and I'm super excited, and I hope you are too. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. Like I said, I share a lot of personal and now professional development content, and it will be great to have you join us. And I cannot wait to hear your success stories and the impact that you have found here. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!